In this class, we are going to learn one more feature in SQL Workshop utilities, that is data generator. So data generator is a powerful utility under the SQL Workshop. You can go over to the SQL Workshop utilities and then you will find this data generator. So as Oracle says, this is used to create the blueprints, that is to populate the tables with randomly generated data. In our previous class, we had seen that how we can delete the records from the employees table, and also we had drawn a couple of tables. Right now, if you see, the employees table is having 4 columns and data is empty. Now it will take a lot of time and effort in order to populate the records into the employees table, unless you go over to the AI tools like ChatGPT and get the insert statements and run over here. Now Apex is having the inbuilt capability in order to insert or create dummy records in the table, that is by using the data generator or the blueprint. So we have to go to the utilities, and under that you have to go to data generator. So this is used in order to create a prototype and insert the sample data before the actual data comes and sits in your database schema, that is the actual customer data. Before that, we can build our prototype, forms, reports and the application with the help of this blueprint or sample data. Click on the blueprint over here. So it will tell we have to use the existing table, that is from scratch, or import the JSON file. I will tell I have to populate the data in the employees table in my schema. I will go with the existing table. Next step is it will tell what you want to name for this blueprint. I will tell employee blueprint _01, and it will have a list of all the tables in your schema. As I am having only one, I will select one. So by default, it will tell that it will insert 50 records, but we will try to increase that as well. I will show you how. Once you select the table, click on the create blueprint. So you will get a message saying blueprint successfully created. Now on the left side, it will show the table and all the columns, what it is having over here. Suppose if you want to change any of the attribute over here, you can change. Suppose for the end date, any format change you want to do, you can mention it over here and in the designation. Now once you are satisfied with all the thing, what you can do is you can just click on this blueprint at the top, and on the right top corner you will see preview data. And if you click on the generate data, it will go ahead and try to generate the data and insert into the table. Now before that, we want to see what kind of data this blueprint will try to generate and insert into the table. So for that, we can click on this preview data. Now here we will get a glimpse of data what Oracle is going to insert into the table, that is by using the preview blueprint data. Now Oracle has shown over here sample 5 records. Now if you want to see 15 records, you can just select from here 15 records. It will generate 15 random records over here and try to populate. Now here is the sample data. Now if you want to click on generate data, it will go ahead with the prompt in order to generate the data. We will close this. So from the prompt, we can click on generate data and we can generate the data and insert into the table. That also you can do. Otherwise, we can just click on this generate data. I will be clicking on the generate data. So you will get a prompt where it says it will insert 50 records. Now there are a couple of actions over here. Suppose if you are selecting existing schema for the blueprint, then you will get this option. We can directly insert into the database instead of file export. Suppose if you are going for from scratch option, then you will have only file export, not the insert into the database. Since this employee table is already present in our schema, we will get this option. I will tell insert directly into the database using this insert into. Now row scaling is 1x, means it will insert only 50 records. Suppose if you want to insert 2 times of this, that is 100 records, then we can tell 2 times 100 dummy records will be inserted. Now if you click on insert data, Oracle will insert 100 records into the table. I will click on this insert data. You will get a message saying successfully inserted the data into the database from the blueprint. Let me just close this and go over to the browser tab, and I will come back going to the home page and will SQL Workshop, object browser, and I will click on this employee, and here if you see we are having 99, that is starting from 1, we are having up to 99, and there is one record over here 101, which means total 100 records we are seeing over here, which is inserted by our blueprint. So we had selected 2 times of 50 means 100 records. So this is how we can insert the sample data into our table without writing the insert statements over here in the SQL command or SQL developer. So this will be very useful when we are building a prototype, and it will save a lot of time and effort. Suppose if you are trying to create a blueprint that is from the scratch, it means that table is not present in your Apex as of now, but you want to see how the data will look like, sample data, before we go ahead and visualize how the application or the form or the report will look like. So we can go for the from scratch. Here we can tell emp as a table name. I will keep everything default. Add starter table. If selected, it will create its own table and it will generate the data according to that. I will click on the create blueprint. Now, since we give the emp, Oracle will assume that emp table might have this ID, first name, last name, email, birthday, skill set, salary, and shirt size. Now, coming to the ID, we can go with the sequence, built-in, inline formulas, so and so forth. This is like a sequence 0 and increment by 1. So, if you want to add few more columns over here, we can do so. That is by right-clicking over here and add the column. And then we can define the attributes what it supports. I will see how the data will look like if we create the table, something like this, and have the table columns of this data type. Click on the preview data. So this is how the data will look like, and it will be very useful in order to visualize how the data in actual, when the application is made live in the production, the data will look like. This is very useful tool in order to visualize or for creating the prototype applications. Suppose if you want to click on generate data, you can click from here as well, not only from outside, that from the right top corner toolbar. I will click on this generate data over here. Now I will tell I want 3 times of this. This time we don't get the action, that is to insert directly into the database, because we don't have this table in the schema right now. Clicking on the generate data, it will export the JSON file. So if you see, we have exported it as a m.json. Suppose if you want to import this later, then what you can do is you can go to the data generator, and when we are creating a blueprint, when you actually create a table of employee underscore TBL, we can just import this and select the JSON file. I will choose from the downloaded file that's over here. Click on open. I will click on import blueprint. So it looks like in one of the columns called as name, it has a null value. So we'll ignore this. Suppose if there is any constant like name cannot be null. So obviously any employee name should not be null. So all these things validation we have to do before we export the JSON file. So like this, we can create a blueprint and we can expedite the development or building the prototype of our application.